Before going to these questions, may we talk over something together? We are so easily influenced, not only by the box there, in each one's room, by the books, by the newspapers, magazines, by the past traditions. As you heard probably last night, Jerusalem existed 5,000 years ago, and there were parts of India further still. This long tradition, or short tradition of a single day, or a single afternoon on your drive, or you're walking in the woods, all these influence us. Not only the genetic process in each human being, the heredity, the whole existence seems to be a process of influencing each other. The air, the pollution, the beauty of the earth, everything around us. And even you sitting there and the speaker is here, we are influencing each other. You are telling us, each one of us, what to do, what to think. We put pressure on each other through beauty, through a lovely poem, or a personal relationship. It's a constant process, it appears, of being molded, shaped, put into a form. And we proceed for the rest of our life in that narrow path, narrow way. And that seems to be our way of existence. And one wonders if it is at all possible to be totally free of influence, to find the origin, the beginning of all things, which must have no cause or an effect. It must. So is that possible? You understand? We are talking over together. We're not trying to influence you, or you are influencing the speaker. We're two friends talking over together in the same boat, in the same way, path, not spiritual and all that kind of stuff, but ordinary. A path that goes through the woods, dappled light, and the beauty of the earth and the trees. And is it ever possible? We're asking each other to be free of all influence. The past, of which we are, and that past has a tremendous influence on us. The long tradition of the so-called religious books, the old poems, the ancient literature, from the Iliad to the ancient Hindu. And one asks oneself, as you are asking, as I am asking, whether it is possible to really be free of all this. And something totally original. Not the repetition of guru and disciple, the follower, and the followed with their peculiar dresses and all that kind of business. Is it possible? Please give your attention a little bit to it. What do you think? Is it possible or not possible? If it is not possible, or if it is incredibly difficult, therefore we choose the easiest way. Just follow the old pattern, only in different colors, different beads, different leaders, teachers, gurus, and so-called enlightened birds. I'm sorry. And so on. Is that at all possible? Or are we doomed forever to remain in this state of being impressed, shaped, molded, conditioned? And what would you do if it is at all possible? How would you set about it? In what manner would you approach this question? Perhaps that may be the real question, the most important question. Because we are so gullible. We invent so many reasons for doing that. For following, leading, surrendering oneself to something that is so convincing, satisfying. So handing over all the so-called world responsibility to another. This has been our lot. And knowing all this, how would one come to see what actually is and see what one can do? Not just talk about it. You may be influenced by your wife, husband, girl, and so on. Isn't it necessary to have great deal of doubt? What do you say? Isn't it necessary to have a certain quality of skepticism? Not only about others, but about oneself, about one's desires, convictions, beliefs, faith, and definite directive purposes. Can we question all that, doubt all that, and see how far the doubt, how far the sense of asking, demanding, inquiring can go? Could we do this together? Not that the speaker is leading you, or you are leading with your convictions the speaker, but together. I mean together. Inquire into this. The computer is going, as we said the other day, The computer is going to do all our efficient work, probably better than we do. It will invent new gods, a new system of theology, a new way of living, which is the industrial age is over nearly, and the computer age will come in. These are all facts. We are not saying something abnormal, non-factual, or imaginary. This is what's going to happen to all of us. They are inventing such colossal interference with the brain. So we're asking, could we go into this question together? Knowing that we need skepticism, doubt. And doubt is very energizing and cleansing. Will you do it? Doubt one's own experiences, one's own attitudes, prejudices, agreements and disagreements, all that. And doubt, like a dog on a leash, sometimes at right place, you must let the dog run freely. Otherwise the dog becomes rather tame. And so skepticism also has its right place, not a particular place, has its own quality of rightness. Oh, I won't doubt that, because I belong to that. But I'll doubt everything else. We used to have a great many friends at one time, communists. Don't be shocked. And they would go so far and no further. Like the Catholics, like the Protestants, like the Hindus, Buddhists, monks, so far. Beyond that is mystery, or beyond that is impossible. So, doubt must be kept on a leash and allowed to run also. Can you do that? Can we do it together? Doubt about your gods, your gurus, your experiences and so on, the whole background of human experience, human endeavor, human conclusions, the whole bundle of it. And begin to inquire into that bundle. And see how far actually, not theoretically, actually in one's life, daily life, how far one go with this doubt, this inquiry, this passion behind it. Should we answer the questions, or would you like to go on with what we are talking about? How far how deep is knowledge essential? Not only knowledge of books and what others have said, but knowledge about ourselves. Knowledge is always limited. Right? You can see what the scientific knowledge is doing, is achieving. Little adding more and more and more. What is added to is always limited, naturally. Yeah? Are we understand? If I'm adding something all the time as knowledge, what I am gathering slowly, that which is gathered slowly is limited always, because there is more, right? So knowledge is always limited. And those who invent, oh yes, we can go beyond knowledge. They have gone into this question in ancient India and invented the idea. I won't go into it. Not worth it. And knowledge is our background. That background is guiding us, shaping us, telling us what to do. Or you have an intuition, a favorite word, that. But that word too is rather dangerous, because it may be your wish sublimated becomes intuition, but it's still your wish, your desire. So what place has knowledge in daily life? I'm sorry I'm asking, the speaker is asking all these questions. Probably won't answer. You just listen and carry on. But if one actually listen and go into it, what place has knowledge in life, in daily life?
Self-knowledge.
When you write a letter, you have to have knowledge. When you speak English, you have to have knowledge of French or Italian or whatever it is, or Russian. And when you do business, when you telephone, when you do everything physically, you have to have knowledge. How to drive a car. And also knowledge in relationship. One recognizes one's wife, one's husband, one's girl, and all the rest of it. It's the recognition is part of knowledge. And what place has knowledge in relationship? Can I go on? Or you are amused by all this? What place has knowledge between you and another? Or what place has knowledge? I know my wife, or my father, mother, husband. When we say I know, knowing is knowledge, right? What place has that in daily life? Between my wife and my husband, between the man and the woman. Please. What place you are knowing her, what place that knowing has in your relationship. Is knowledge the impediment in relationship?
Yes.
Just a minute, don't say yes. It's so easy to say yes. And then what? If I say to myself, I know my wife, what do I mean by knowing her? My previous sexual experience, my irritation about her, and her anger with me, her saying, good, you have been very good today, nice, kind. Let's go to dinner. And all the rest of it. All that builds up an image about each other. This is a fact. And when I have built up sufficient image, I say, I know her. Yes, she says, I know my husband, his quirks, his idiocy, his goodness, and all the rest of it. All that is knowledge. And we are asking, in relationship, what place has that? What place has knowledge? Or it has no place at all. Is love knowledge? The remembrance of your sex, of your all the rest of the background which you have built up in that particular relationship? And that knowledge is divisive. Isn't it? Gosh, you're all listening. It separates. I with my ambition, greed, and all the rest of it, she has hers. She wants to fulfill, and I want to fulfill. So we may meet together in bed, but like two rails that never meet. Do we face this? If you are married, do you face this? Or you live with a girl, do you face this fact? Or one doesn't want to look at facts. So please find out for oneself, actually in relationship, what knowledge is, what your experiences are, and whether it's any hindrance in relationship or a factor that helps to live together somewhat comfortably, somewhat happily, but keeping a careful distance from each other. Right? May we go on to ask other questions? Good Lord, it's nearly 12.